Welcome to the Picadilly Valley in South Australia. Terre was established in 2008 by myself, Xavier Bizot, and my wife, Lucie Croza, around our Creia vineyard, which is in Wrattonbully. So Wrattonbully is far away from here. It's 3.5 hours southeast from Adelaide, from the Adelaide Hills. The soils are very different as well because they're all limestone soils with Terra Rossa, so iron-rich clays. We established the Creia vineyard on a very unique design in Australia. Australian vineyards are generally quite wide spacing, so they're generally around 2,000 or 3,000 vines per hectare. Our Creia vineyard is almost 5,000 vines per hectare. It's 1.5 meter wide rows and 1.5 meter between vines in the row. The Creia vineyard has 4 varieties, so 1 white variety, Sauvignon Blanc, and then 3 red varieties, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc and Shiraz. It was established in 2004 and the first wines were made in 2008 for the Sauvignon Blanc, 2009 for the reds. We also have a very interesting project which is close to my heart because I'm originally from Champagne. We established in 2009 a brand called Daosa, Dedicated Artisans of South Australia, which is a sparkling wine brand, but it's very unique sparkling because it's all traditional method sparkling wines. And we use the fruit from our vineyards in Picadilly Valley for this sparkling wine. So Picadilly Valley is in the heart of the Adelaide Hills. It's the coolest part of the Adelaide Hills because it's almost as cool as Champagne, but cooler than Burgundy. Perfect for sparkling winemaking. The winemaking is traditional Champagne winemaking. So we make the wine either in oak or in tank, and then we tirage. So we bottle the wine with yeast and sugar. So they go on the secondary fermentation in bottle, and then we disgorge. We freeze the yeast plug, and then we take out the yeast, and then we add a bit of dosage. So the Terra Rossa soils are clay soils which have what's called cracking clays. So in summer they would crack, so they move quite a lot, and they have a very high cation exchange capacity because of their chemical nature, make nutrients more easily available for the vines to take up, and that's the clays in the southeast in the Creia vineyard and in other vineyards in Coonawarra are of that nature. For our Creia vineyard, we've actually used Australian clones, which obviously, vines are not from Australia, but they're vine materials like Cabernet Sauvignon, Shiraz and Cabernet Franc, and also Sauvignon Blanc, that have been present in Australia for a long time, so more than 100 years in some instances, and that have been propagated and grown in Australia, and so that are more adapted to our soils and our climates. Australian soils are very poor in phosphates and nitrogen naturally, much poorer than the European soils. And the climate is very different. The French climate or European climate, even though that's changing now, is more temperate, and the cycle is a yearly cycle, so with 4 seasons. In Australia there are also long cycles which are driven by El Niño and La Niña, so they are more like 5 or 6 year cycles of drought and then a few years of wetter weather. So it's very important to use local clones. So Picadilly Valley is very good for table Chardonnay and for sparkling wine. Sparkling wine made from Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and Creia vineyard, so Wrattonbully is great for Bordeaux varieties and Shiraz. So that would sum up the two regions. The way we plant our vineyard now, which is the 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter, is quite unique in Australia. It really drives quality because there's competition between vine, but also the vines can grow their roots 360, so they have room to grow and thrive, and there's more kilometers of rows of canopy per hectare, which means you can spread, for the same yields, you can spread the fruit much better and have more more sunshine in the canopy, which is one of the main driver of quality in wine and fruit production and grape production.